You answer every message. You pick up every call. You're always there for everyone, except yourself. And deep down, you know it. They don't respect you for it. They just expect you to be available. That's how it starts. Quietly. You think kindness will make people value you, but what it really does is make you invisible. The more you give, the less they see your worth. The more you bend, the easier you are to step over. Carl Jung once said, the most terrifying thing is to accept oneself completely. Because when you accept yourself, you stop chasing validation. You stop begging to be chosen. You no longer feel the need to prove your goodness by being available to everyone who calls your name. But here's the dark truth. Being available is often a disguise for fear. Fear of being forgotten. Fear of disappointing others. Fear that if you stop showing up, you'll stop mattering. And so, you keep giving pieces of yourself away. Time, energy, attention, until there's nothing left for you. That's not generosity, that's self-erasure. Jung believed every person wears a persona, a social mask we create to be accepted by society. It's the version of you that says yes even when you want to say no. It smiles when you're tired, agrees when you disagree, helps when you're empty. The tragedy is that the more you feed this mask, the further you drift from who you really are. You become a shadow of yourself. Liked by everyone, known by no one. Look around. The people who drain you are not villains. They're just reflections of how little you've learned to protect your own energy. Every time you say, sure, I'll do it, when you want to rest, you're teaching the world that your needs don't matter. You think you're being kind. But what you're really doing is hiding. Hiding behind availability, hoping it'll make you indispensable. But it won't. Because what people truly value is scarcity, boundaries, self-respect. And that's the paradox Jung understood so well. The more you detach from needing others' approval, the more powerful your presence becomes. When you finally stop being available, the world doesn't end. It just rearranges itself around your silence. People start noticing your absence. They wonder what changed. And for the first time, they start treating you like someone who has a life, not a lifeline. Because power doesn't come from how much you give. It comes from how much you withhold. When you stop trying to be everything for everyone, that's when you finally start becoming something for yourself. And that's where the transformation begins. When you step back, something strange happens. At first it feels wrong, strange, even terrifying, because for years you've been defined by your availability. Your value has been measured by how much you give, how often you answer, how quickly you show up. And now, you're doing the unthinkable. You're saying no, you're quiet, you're absent. This is where Carl Jung's wisdom cuts deep. He taught that every person has a shadow, the hidden parts of themselves we bury to fit in, to be liked, to avoid rejection. These are the feelings we deny, the needs we ignore, the desires we suppress. And when you are constantly available, you never meet your shadow. You never face yourself. You're too busy being everyone else's caretaker. Withdrawal is terrifying because it forces confrontation. The silence, the stillness, the absence. Suddenly you see your own face in the mirror. And your shadow isn't pretty. It's angry. It's resentful. It's all the parts of you you've neglected while pleasing the world. But here's the hidden truth. This is exactly where transformation begins. By stopping your constant availability, you create space. Space to meet your own needs. Space to confront the parts of yourself you've ignored. Space to breathe. The people around you notice. Some are anxious. Some are angry. Some try to pull you back in. This is not a punishment. It's a mirror. They are reflecting back to you the way you used to exist, always present, always accessible, never demanding. And they panic because they can no longer control you so easily. Withdrawal teaches lessons that giving cannot. It teaches that your energy is finite. It teaches that boundaries are not cruelty, they are survival. It teaches that the moment you stop chasing approval, your value rises. And make no mistake, withdrawal is a test of your courage, because fear will scream at you. They will forget you. You will be alone. You are selfish, Jung would remind you. The fear is the shadow speaking, the ego clinging, the part of you trained to avoid solitude at all costs. But when you withstand it, when you endure the quiet, when you let the discomfort sit, you begin to feel something stronger, a sense of self that does not rely on constant validation, a presence that commands respect without shouting, a power that does not need permission. The world has never demanded this from you before. People have always benefited from your constant availability. They've thrived on your absence of boundaries. And now, when you withhold yourself, the world adapts. Slowly, awkwardly, even desperately. Because scarcity creates attention, because your energy is no longer an endless resource. Withdrawal is not loss, it is reclamation. Reclamation of time, reclamation of dignity, reclamation of the self Jung called the individuated, a self that is whole, grounded and untouchable by external whims. When you stop being available, fear will try to stop you. Temptation will whisper. Doubt will knock. And yet the first time you resist, the first time you choose yourself over pleasing everyone, you will realize the first taste of true freedom. The moment you stop being available, something remarkable happens. People begin to notice. It's subtle at first. A pause in conversation, a hesitation before asking for favors, a question they wouldn't have dared before. Where has he gone? Because availability is currency, and you just stopped spending it. Suddenly, your presence carries weight. The energy you once gave freely becomes scarce, and scarcity creates power. Carl Jung understood this deeply. The individuation process, the journey toward becoming your true self, is not just internal. It radiates outward. When you start respecting your own boundaries, the world respects them too. When you stop being a tool for others' comfort, others start seeing you as someone significant. Think about it. The people who used to call, message, or rely on you constantly, they are no longer entitled to your time. And the strange thing is, they feel it. They feel the absence, and for the first time, they sense that you are more than what they can take from you. This is the magnetic paradox of withdrawal. People are drawn to what they cannot easily obtain. What they have taken for granted now commands attention. Your silence speaks louder than your words ever did. Your unavailability creates curiosity, respect, and even longing. Stories repeat themselves across time. The man who stopped chasing, the woman who refused to over-explain. They weren't being cruel. They were being whole. They no longer fed the expectations of the world, and in that moment, they became untouchable. This is not manipulation. It's natural law. Energy follows respect. Attention follows scarcity. People respond to what is earned, not what is given freely. But here's the critical lesson. The power shift is external proof of an internal change. It isn't about making people fear you. It's about being aligned with yourself. It's about living according to your own rhythm, not the rhythm others impose. And yes, some will resist. Some will pressure. Some will question why you've changed. That is the test of your commitment. If you return to availability too soon, the cycle begins again. Your power diminishes and you are once more invisible. But if you endure, if you stand firm, the transformation becomes undeniable. You are no longer a resource to be drained. You are a presence to be honored. Because power isn't found in what you give away. It's found in what you choose to keep. When you realize this, everything changes. The way people look at you changes. The way they interact with you changes. Even the way you see yourself changes. You're no longer running on the world's schedule. You're on your own. And for the first time, you are free. Stepping back feels unnatural. At first it is lonely, terribly lonely, because for years your identity was tied to being available. You were defined by the people you served, the calls you answered, the favors you performed. Now when you withhold yourself, that safety net vanishes. And in the quiet, you confront something you've avoided, yourself. All the fears, insecurities, and doubts that were buried beneath your constant doing begin to surface. The voice that whispers, maybe they'll forget you, maybe you're not enough, grows louder. This is the shadow Jung spoke of. The parts of yourself that you neglected while tending to everyone else. The anger you suppressed, the desire you ignored, the strength you never tested. Loneliness is not punishment. It is a mirror. It forces you to reckon with who you truly are without external validation. And it is here, in this uncomfortable solitude, that transformation begins. Because power is not born from noise, from approval, or from constant attention. Power is born from stillness. Power is born from integrity. Power is born from a self that stands firm even when the world doesn't notice. The paradox is stark. At first, people may resist your absence. They may push back, test your boundaries, or try to pull you back into old patterns. They are unsettled because they are confronted with the truth, that you exist for yourself now, not for them. And you feel the temptation to return, to be available again, to silence the loneliness with the familiar comfort of serving others. But every time you resist, you strengthen yourself. Every time you honor your solitude, you reclaim a piece of your power. Jung taught that individuation, becoming your true self, is a process that requires walking alone. Society rewards conformity, but the self demands authenticity. To embrace your shadow, to respect your boundaries, you must first endure solitude. And slowly, almost imperceptibly, the loneliness begins to shift. It becomes clarity, presence, confidence. You are no longer defined by who needs you. You're defined by who you are. The world may feel different now. People may treat you differently. Some may resent it. Others may admire it. But you are untouchable. Because your energy, once scattered in constant availability, is now concentrated, deliberate, and whole. Loneliness is the price of power, but it is a price worth paying. For in the quiet, you are no longer the person who bends, pleads, or sacrifices to be seen. You are the person who commands respect simply by existing. And that is where the final transformation begins. When absence becomes presence, when restraint becomes influence, and when you realize that true power comes from honoring yourself first. When you stop being available, the change is not just external, it is seismic within. You are no longer a shadow of others' expectations. You are no longer a mask trying to please. You are the full, undiluted version of yourself. Every boundary you enforce, every refusal you honor, every moment you choose yourself over obligation, it compounds. Slowly, relentlessly, you become unshakable. Carl Jung called this the process of individuation, the integration of your shadow, the alignment with your true self. And it is here that the magic happens. The world starts treating you differently because you are no longer defined by its demands. You are defined by your own measure. People begin to approach you with respect rather than entitlement. They notice your presence without needing constant reminders. And more importantly, you feel a sense of liberation you've never known. The liberation of self-possession, the freedom of choosing where your energy goes and to whom. This transformation does not make you cold or indifferent. It makes you powerful. It makes your life magnetic. It makes your decisions intentional. You move through the world as someone who commands attention, not through pleading, not through overgiving, but simply through existence. And the final, most profound truth. This power isn't about controlling others, it's about mastering yourself. Every moment of stillness, every pause, every act of self-prioritization reinforces your authority over your own life. You stop reacting, you start choosing. This is the life Jung envisioned, a life where your value is inherent, where your presence is honored, and where your energy is sacred. A life where you no longer scatter yourself for the world's comfort, but instead concentrate on your own growth, strength, and purpose. So take a moment. Reflect. Ask yourself, who would I be if I stopped being available to everyone who takes me for granted? What would my life look like if I honored myself first? The answer is simple. Everything changes, and it changes for the better. If this message resonates with you, if you feel the pull to reclaim your energy and step into your power, don't just watch, join the journey. Subscribe now, because every week we explore the psychology, philosophy, and truths that help you become the man who is unapologetically himself. Your transformation begins with a single choice. Make it today.